Probably one of the roughest trails of its type anywhere in the world. In fact, we have people coming from all over the world. I think there's something like 20 different countries involved this year, and I think we've got about 13 states.
Four-wheeling, it's just jeeping is a hobby. It's something that just turned out to, I don't know quite how you describe it. It's just a hobby that's turned out to, what the hell am I trying to say here? Jeeping is something that gets into your blood. Shortly after moving to El Dorado County in 1951, I acquired a surplus Jeep, and going off into the backcountry looking for different areas. I'd heard about the Rubicon Trail. That's about 6:30 in the morning. You can see now the Jeeps are lined about 7 abreast across Main Street. 200 will go out Thursday and 200 will go out Friday. They have about 45 miles of dirt and paved road until they get to Wentworth Springs. And then at that point, the trail becomes very, very rugged, and four-wheel drive and low range is required. The Rubicon Trail is situated in the high Sierras of El Dorado County, approximately 10 miles west of Lake Tahoe. Jeep Corporation has used the Rubicon Trail to test prototypes. We have worked with them for at least the last 15 years, taking prototypes and different models over the Rubicon Trail. They consider this the ultimate and final test of one of their vehicles. I've probably taken Jeeps in some of the most rugged areas of the world. The one trip we did from the tip of South America to the top of Alaska, it took us 30 days to go 103 miles through the jungles in Panama and Colombia. One day we worked 9 hours and went 600 feet. We went into the jungle with 5 Jeeps and we came out with 5 Jeeps. You know, you look at some of this terrain, you just don't think it's even possible to drive over it, and yet there you are, the vehicles are going over. And actually, seeing it in the field, it's a lot rougher than it looks on film. There are along the trail a few old vehicles that go back to the, say, the early 1900s, around the 1920s, that just couldn't get out. They just didn't have the power to get out up over the rocks. There's one hill's been named Cadillac Hill going out. It's because there's an old 1922 LaSalle sitting off the side of the canyon where it made its final resting place. It's something that you have to actually physically see to realize just how rugged it is. There's places that, you know, you pull up with a vehicle and all of a sudden you're making a step that's just 2 feet straight up. And the front wheels, they'll bite into the granite, they'll pull themselves up over, and pull the rear wheels will follow right over too. A horse would probably slip and fall because of the granite. A mule would be very sure-footed in this type of terrain, but I just don't think there's anything better for doing it than the Jeep. I think a person going on this trip can learn a lot. I mean, they can learn definitely what the Jeep vehicle is capable of doing. Just to appreciate the country for what it is. I've been all over the world, and I think this Rubicon Springs, Rubicon Valley area is still one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's certainly my favorite area. The waters are so clear. You know, you can see rocks on the bottom. You can see fish in there. There are trout. The lakes are there. They're beautiful, clear mountain lakes. It's just strictly high country, big timber, granite. We're always looking for a way to improve the quality of the Jamboree, to upgrade it. One year on one of our anniversary things, we thought, well, we should have stuffed mushrooms to go along with the steaks, and we flew the mushrooms in by helicopter, about 300 pounds of them. But we are, if we can upgrade the quality of the trip, we want to do it. We're always open to suggestions. One of the surprises that we've had along the trail, and one of the things that we have done, we have a couple of very expensive gorilla outfits. These cost me $165 a piece. And somewhere along the trail, these gorillas would generally be stationed behind trees or rocks. And as the jeeps would come lumbering up very, very slowly to have these two hairy creatures jump out, we've had people scream. You could hear them 2 miles away. We've had the Japanese people that came one year observing this thing. One of them actually jumped out of his vehicle. He was so scared. Men have been every bit as scared of the gorillas as the women have. Early in the morning, on, say, Saturday morning at Rubicon Springs, the gorillas would go sit in the women's outhouses and wait. And, of course, at 6 o'clock in the morning, when somebody would open the door, the gorilla would jump out at them. You'd hear this blood-curdling scream go through Rubicon Springs, through the valley. We have so many people who actually want to go on this trip that we have to have a lottery. And we have a lottery early every year, and to determine who will be able to go on the trip. There are many doctors and lawyers, professional people. If this is their big outing of the year, they look forward to it. We have people call us ahead, a year ahead. When's the Jamboree going to be next year so I can plan my vacation? And it's just, it's a way of life to many people. They find security in going across the Rubicon Trail as part of the Jamboree because they know we're going to get them through if they have a mechanical problem or anything like that. One of the biggest problems we have with people on this trail, they have a tendency to want to ride their clutch. And as they do ride the clutch, then they get halfway over an obstacle and they start putting their clutch in, which will really cause more of a problem because as long as the vehicle is moving forward and has the momentum, it's going to keep going. You will hear the grinding of metal and granite as you go over these rocks. As long as the vehicle is moving, it's really not hurting anything. The metal is generally the skid plate riding over a boulder. As long as you have forward momentum, you keep the vehicle going. By keeping your foot off the clutch, the vehicle will keep going and do it by itself. Generally, just idling over the rough spots. Sometimes you might have to give it just a little gas to help get over the last obstacle or something like that. Generally, the vehicle just will do an outstanding job by itself. There's a group going in. They've got their lawn chairs, and they're all set up for a long weekend in there. There's somebody doing a little bit of roadside repairs. Forget-Me-Not Garage at Rubicon Springs. Here they do all types of welding, rebuilding, repairing damaged Jeeps where they might have hit a rock wrong and damaged something on the vehicle. We get every vehicle out that goes in on the trip. And we've never really had any very, very serious problems. Our mechanics are outstanding. I mean, they can just, they rebuild drive lines. They've repaired broken brake drums, welded them up. There again, as you can see, it's just a very, very relaxing trip. You're not racing over the rocks. You're just going slow and easy. You're not bouncing your passengers to death. They're just, they're relaxing and enjoying the trip and the scenery. And everybody camps out in sleeping bags. Temperatures probably tonight it'll drop down into the 60s. During the day, it'll be in the mid-80s. Of course, on the final day of the trip, we come out of Lake Tahoe. The Jamboree itself, it takes about 50 people on the trail end, and mechanics running it, because this includes doctors, and it takes about 50 cooks in the different springs to handle this, the group this size. Now here's a Jeep from Colombia, South America. We've had them from Japan, from Australia. Here's one right here from Japan.
Program Jeep is very good at the kind of progressive car. The Jeep is far better than other Japanese 4x4 vehicles in terms of marginal performance. Like this,